Hey guys, it's Shy of the Shy Narwhal. Like many of those watching, the Muppets have been a huge part of my childhood, with the 2011 Muppet movie and Muppet Christmas Carol being two of my favorite films growing up. Jim Henson began creating puppets when he was in high school, and his first television program dates back to the mid-50s. Because of this long history, it's not surprising that a lot of early Jim Henson media is lost. A couple weeks ago, I made a video on lost Disney television media where I briefly covered two canceled Muppet TV shows. Since then, I've gotten quite a few requests to cover lost Muppet or Jim Henson media. So this week I'll be covering 4 pieces of lost Jim Henson media. Let's get into it. Jim Henson's first television show, Sam and Friends, centered around a human puppet named Sam and the imaginary characters he created and interacts with. The show stars Sam, Professor Madcliffe, Yorick, Chicken Liver, Harry the Hipster, and most notably Kermit, who at the time was a lizard. The early episodes of the show would focus mainly on the characters lip-syncing to popular songs at the time, but the focus would later turn to comedic skits, which would often parody the popular television shows at the time. Each episode of Sam and Friends was 5 minutes long and aired on WRC-TV from mid-1955 to late 1961 for a total of 86 episodes. Today, 16 episodes still exist and have been shown in various screening events over the years. On top of the 16 existing episodes, there were also 8 that have been documented through news articles at the time, and the Jim Henson archives. 9 episodes of Sam and Friends have been recalled by those who watched it while it was on air. There are 2 episodes that have been mentioned, but with no confirmation that they actually exist. A user on the Muppet Wiki received an email from an anonymous individual claiming to know of sketches called 12 Days of Christmas and National Yorick Day. But like I said, there's no evidence that these were even episodes on the show at all. Sam and Friends was sponsored by SK Meats, and because of this, each episode of the show would always end with a commercial starring the show's main puppets. The commercials continued to be produced until 1963, and several of them have been restored and shown in select screenings. The first season of Muppet Babies, which began airing in 1984 on CBS, was bringing in big ratings at the time. Because of this, the decision was made by the network to expand the block that the show aired on from half an hour to an hour. This was done by pairing Muppet Babies with a new show, Little Muppet Monsters, and calling the block Muppets, Babies, and Monsters. Little Muppet Monsters began airing in 1985 and centered around monsters Boo, Tug, and Molly, who host a pretend television show in their basement. The show featured numerous cameos from the original Muppet Show, such as Kermit and Scooter, with the intention of having more as the series progressed. There were a total of 18 planned episodes of Little Muppet Monsters, but the show was cancelled after only 3 episodes and was never aired again. The decision to cancel the show came from Henson himself, with CBS agreeing that the show wasn't up to the standards that were to be expected from him. The extra half hour in the Muppets, Babies, and Monsters block was replaced by reruns of Muppet Babies. The remaining 15 episodes were never finished. However, clips of 3 unaired episodes have surfaced online. Titles of 10 unreleased episodes have been confirmed, while the remaining 5 have no confirmed titles.
If you don't drink Wilkins Coffee, you're not all there.
Oh, that's a lot of...
In fact, without Wilkins Coffee, you're nowhere.
Wilkins and Wontkins were Muppet characters who were used in a series of ads for the Wilkins Coffee brand. The long-running series consisted of 179 10-second-long advertisements from 1957 to 1961. These ads revolve around Wilkins, who will drink said coffee, and Wontkins, his opposite, who refuses to do so. Wontkins' unwillingness to drink the coffee often leads to Wilkins torturing, beating, and injuring him.
Do you drink Wilkins coffee?
No.
Oh, things just seem to happen to people who don't drink Wilkins.
Some of these commercials have been shown in various museum exhibits, with 135 of them being available online. At the time of this video, it is currently unknown how many of the commercials are being preserved at the Jim Henson Company archives.
If you go through Doc's workshop and sneak past his clever dog Sprocket, you'll enter the amazing underground world of Jim Henson's Fraggle Rock.
Fraggles! Did you say Fraggles? What's a Fraggle?
Fraggles are the fun-loving, game-playing, song-singing, furry creatures that play all day long.
Fraggle Rock was an American children's television show created by Jim Henson. The show aired for 5 seasons from 1985 to 1987, and centered around the 4 main creatures in its universe: the Fraggles, the Doozers, the Gorgs, and the silly creatures of outer space. The American version of Fraggle Rock is available to watch on Apple TV. However, the show had several versions that were made to air internationally, similar to Sesame Street. The show was changed to fit a French, German, Australian, and UK audience, with the UK version being really hard to come by. While the Muppet segments of both the American and the UK version are the same, the outer space segments were changed to British actors. 12 episodes of the UK Fraggle Rock were made available on VHS and later DVD. As of now, most of the series appears to be lost, with 82 episodes that are currently known to exist at the time of this video. That pretty much wraps up this week's video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos on lost and obscure media. If you have any suggestions for future videos, please feel free to comment them down below or email me at theshynarwhal@gmail.com. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!